Karen called handcrafted beans ugly, not knowing they funded single moms raising kids. The farmer's market buzzed with life, a kaleidoscope of colors and scents under the morning sun. Stalls overflowed with fresh produce, homemade jams, and artisan crafts. At the heart of it all stood Maria's stall, a modest setup with burlap sacks of hand-roasted coffee beans, each bag stitched with care by the women of Hope Brew, a cooperative of single mothers. Maria, a 32-year-old mother of two, poured her soul into every bean, knowing each sale helped her and her sisters in struggle keep their kids fed, clothed, and dreaming. Enter Karen. Her heels clicked sharply on the cobblestone path, her designer sunglasses glinting as she scanned the market with a critical eye. She stopped at Maria's stall, her lips curling into a smirk as she picked up a bag of Hope Brew's signature dark roast. "These look cheap," she said loudly, her voice slicing through the hum of the crowd. "Ugly packaging. Who'd buy this?" A few heads turned, and Maria's heart sank, but she forced a smile. "They're handcrafted, ma'am. Every bag supports single moms like me." Karen scoffed, tossing the bag back onto the table. "Charity doesn't excuse bad taste. You should try harder if you want to compete here." The words stung like a slap, and Maria's hands trembled as she smoothed the bag Karen had discarded. The crowd grew quieter, sensing the brewing storm. Maria's friend, Lena, another Hope Brew mom, stepped forward from behind the stall, her voice steady but sharp. "Maybe you don't get it. These beans aren't just coffee, theory are survival." The air thickened with tension. Karen's eyes narrowed, her voice rising. "Survival? Don't guilt-trip me. I'm just being honest. This market's for quality, not sob stories." Maria's chest tightened, but she held her ground. "Honest? You're judging without knowing us. These beans keep my kids in school. What's your honesty doing for anyone?" The crowd murmured, some nodding in support, others shifting uncomfortably. Karen's face flushed, but she doubled down, pointing at the bags. "If they're so great, why aren't you rich? Maybe your story's just a scam." That's when the twist came. A soft voice broke the silence. A teenage boy, no older than 16, stepped forward from the crowd. His clothes were worn, his eyes bright with emotion. It was Jamal, Maria's son, who'd been helping at a nearby stall. "Ma'am," he said, his voice cracking but firm, "those ugly beans paid for my math tutor. They're why I'm not on the streets. You don't know what you're talking about." The crowd gasped, and Karen froze, her confidence faltering. Jamal's words hung heavy, a raw truth that cut deeper than any insult. Maria's eyes welled up, but she stood taller, her voice steady now. "You call this ugly? Every stitch, every roast is us fighting for our kids. You don't get to tear that down." Lena placed a hand on Maria's shoulder, glaring at Karen. The market felt like a pressure cooker, every onlooker waiting for Karen's next move. For a moment, it seemed she might apologize, her lips parting as if to speak. But instead, she turned on her heel and stormed off, muttering about entitled vendors. The crowd dispersed, some offering Maria quiet words of support, others buying bags of Hope Brew with newfound respect. But the victory felt hollow. Maria sat behind her stall, staring at the wooden sign that read, "Hope Brew, empowering single moms." She thought of the long nights roasting beans, the sacrifices, the hope she poured into every bag. Jamal hugged her, whispering, "You did good, Mom." But the ache lingered. Karen's words had exposed a raw truth. Not everyone saw their worth, no matter how hard they fought. As the day ended, Maria packed up her stall, her heart heavy. She'd stood up for herself, for her cooperative, for her son. Yet the sting of judgment lingered, a reminder of how easily people dismissed what they didn't understand. Lena, ever the optimist, squeezed her hand. "We'll keep going, Maria. They'll see one day." But Maria wasn't so sure. The world felt too quick to judge, too slow to care. In the days that followed, word of the confrontation spread. Some marketgoers rallied behind Hope Brew, sales spiking as people shared Jamal's story online. But others sided with Karen, calling the cooperative's packaging unprofessional and their mission overplayed. The divide grew, a microcosm of a world split between empathy and apathy. Maria kept roasting, kept stitching, kept fighting. But late at night, when the kids were asleep, she wondered if it was enough. The bitter truth settled in. Not every heart could be won. Karen's words, though cruel, reflected a reality where good intentions didn't always triumph. Maria clung to her purpose, but the weight of judgment, of being seen as less, never fully lifted. Hope Brew endured, but the scars of that day remain a reminder that even the purest efforts could be met with disdain. What do you think when judgment clashes with justice? Whose side are you on?